Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Majo Flores from Arc of Northern Virginia. Thank you so very much for accepting this to do this presentation. And it's very meaningful for us. This is going to be the last webinar for services providers of the Bienvenidos project. And I want to, first of all, acknowledge the Virginia board people with disabilities for giving us the opportunity to do an amazing project to be able to present to services providers about us, about the Latino community whose children have received special educational services, for those who have access and contact with services providers who are serving people with any kind of people with disabilities who are Spanish speakers. This has been an amazing experience for Independent Center of Northern Virginia, for the Latino community of families whose children have special education and or are disabled, and especially that through the Bienvenidos project, we were able to visit every main city in Virginia. And not only that, but we were able to have approximately 10 organizers from Northern Virginia, Virginia Beach, Roanoke, Harrisonburg, Richmond, that were fundamental piece to connect the families, the Latino families, with this project. We are very thankful for all the presenters. Majo, we are really closing with in golden closing, I will say it. You are always ready to speak for us to empower families, especially in these moments that we more than ever we need to know about our rights and about our benefits, and also all the services provided, and for more of the 250 services providers that through this project were attending the webinars. We are really grateful because I'm pretty in Independent Center and my team of the organizadores, we are pretty sure that they will know and they will have a different approach to our communities, since they were present, they were attending all the webinars, and we were enlightening how to serve, how to approach our communities who are speak different language, but speak different language, but at the end are the same human beings as everybody else. The color of the skin or the language that you speak doesn't define you. And that's what have been doing here for almost 2 years now. And I'm getting emotional. And this dream, it came through. So thank you again for the support of the Board of Virginia People with Disabilities, and for the amazing friends and services providers, organizadores, parents, everybody who has been dedicated to attend these webinars. Thank you so very much, Majo. As I said, very grateful with you. You have been fundamental since I discovered you. Thank you again, and thank you to ARC of Northern Virginia, who has been also our great partner, and we hope to have this partnership forever. Thank you. And the stage is all of you, Majo.
Thank you so much, Rosalia. Again, hi everyone. My name is Majo. I work for the ARC of Northern Virginia. It's truly a pleasure for me to be here with you guys today, especially being the last seminar of this amazing project. And of course, Rosalia giving a beautiful message, powerful words, powerful message. And I'm just very excited to share this presentation about Social Security. Before I begin, it's important for me to let you guys know that the information of this presentation comes directly from Social Security Administration. I don't work for Social Security myself, but I am very happy to walk you through what they have put together and to help answer any questions about this information and to connect you with helpful resources. Again, I did not make this presentation, but I'm just very, very glad to share all this information with you guys. Social Security. First, I'm going to read this disclaimer from the Social Security Office. Participation in this presentation does not constitute an endorsement by the Social Security Administration or its employees of the organizations and information and products not provided by SSA. This information that I'm going to present today applies to calendar year 2024. This is the last information that we have from the office, the most current. Numbers will be shared, information will be shared. That's what we have as of today. I know that Social Security benefits, that's a topic that is very, very interesting and very important for us to know. Whether we have a disability, we know someone with a disability, we are the parents of someone with a disability, it's really important to understand and to use all the benefits provided by this office. So first we have here SSDI, that stands for Social Security Disability Insurance. And we also have SSI, which is Supplemental Security Income. Today, I'll be speaking about both of these topics. They are very different and similar in some ways. Just so we have an idea, SSDI, that's going to be the initials that I'll be using for Social Security Disability Insurance. And SSI, I'll be using that abbreviation for Supplemental Security. So we have this chart over here with some differences between those two. And the first difference that we have is that SSDI, those are payments that come from Social Security trust funds and are based on a person's earnings. Whereas SSI, the payments will come from the General Treasury Fund, not the Social Security trust funds. SSI payments are not based on a person's earnings. Okay, another difference that we have is that SSDI, insurance that workers earn by paying Social Security taxes on their wages. It's that type of insurance kind of. And SSI, it's needs-based public assistance program that does not require a person to have a work history. So we can see two main difference, in SSDI work, it's very important, and SSI has nothing to do with work. Then we have SSDI pays benefits to disabled individuals who are unable to work, regardless of their income and resources. SSI pays disabled individuals who are unable to work and have limited income and resource. Pays aged individuals 65 and older with limited income and resources. So income is a very, very, very big difference between these two. Another difference, SSDI pays benefits for workers and for adults disabled since childhood and must meet insured status requirements. And SSI, those are benefits for children and adults in financial need, must have limited income and limited resources. So what you can see here is work and income are two of the main difference between these two. Okay, now the Social Security Administration has defined disability as a person who cannot work due to a severe medical condition that has lasted or is expected to last at least 1 year or result in death. Also, disability can be defined as the person's medical condition must prevent him or her from doing substantial gainful employment, work that he or she did in the past, and it must prevent the person from adjusting to other work. Okay, how do you qualify for Social Security disability insurance benefits? Because we saw at the beginning that this type of benefit is based on work, you need to earn credits. This is a little bit tricky for me to explain, and it might be a little bit difficult to understand, but I'm going to really try my best to explain this for you guys. So to earn credits, you earn credits when you work and when you pay Social Security taxes. Okay, I'll get into this in a little bit. Okay, so for example, $1,730 in earnings give you 1 credit, and you can earn a maximum of 4 credits per year. Credits, those are basically proof that you work. The credits are basically the proof that you work and that you pay your social taxes in order to receive those benefits. And that's what we have, that limit of 4 credits, and how much, one credit is, or how much money that one credit represents. Now, the requirements for getting the Social Security disability insurance is you can be eligible for disability benefits if you have two of this, if you have these requirements, if you have completed these requirements, or you have these 2 different earning tests: 1, a recent work test, and 2, a duration of work test. Again, the main point, or the most important point here, is proving that you have worked, or that you were working before you became disabled. And that's really, really important for the office to know in order to approve the benefit. Let's see. I have here this chart that gives an idea of the rules for duration of work, just so we have a better understanding. For example, if you become disabled before the age 28 years old, then you would need 1.5 years of work in order to receive benefits. Another example, we have if you become disabled at the age of 42, then you at least need 5 years of work in order to receive benefits. Same goes, let's go with the last one, age of 52, at least you need 7.5 years of work in order to receive benefits. And again, this table doesn't work or doesn't cover all the situations. Every case is different, and let's say we read before, a blind person, or someone with a different type of disability, this might change a little bit for that. Now, remember, let me go back here. We had 2 different earning tests. One is the recent work test, which refers to this one, and the other one is the duration of work test, which refers to this chart. So the rules for recent work tests are as follows. If you become disabled in or before the quarter you turn age 24, then you generally need 1.5 years of work during 3-year period ending with the quarter you become disabled. Again, these charts are very difficult. They might be difficult to understand because they have age, and they have the years, or the amount of years that you have to work. So if you have a more specific question about this, then we will have to refer to the Social Security. I'm trying to explain to the best of my abilities how these tests work for a person to qualify and receive benefits. So here you can see in the quarter after you turn age 24, or in the quarter you turn age 31st or later, then there are some rules that apply for you to receive your benefit. Now, that was the first part of Social Security disability insurance. Now we have supplemental security income, known as SSI. And remember, at the beginning, we have that table of content with 2 rows that have the difference between SSDI and SSI. Now we're going to be referring to the one on the right side, SSI. So, for example, what is supplemental security income? Payments come from the General Treasury Fund, not the Social Security Trust Fund. Supplemental security income payments are not based on a person's earnings. That's very important to know, because the other one was based on how long the person worked, how much they made, and all of that. And in this case, SSI needs-based public assistance program that does not require a person to have a work history. And this benefits children with disabilities or disabled individuals who are unable to work, and pays each individual 65 and older. Also, the benefits for children and adults in final need must have limited income and limited resources. Remember, we mentioned that work is not important in this case, and income is very important for the Social Security Administration to consider in order to approve the benefit. Okay, and when we're talking about children, disability benefits for children, it is important to know if the person is under 18 years old, the child has a physical or mental impairment, or combination of both, that results in marked or severe limitation in functioning. The child must be either blind or disabled. If the child is blind, he or she must meet the same definition of blind as applies for adults. Remember, every case is different. The condition must be expected to last at least 12 months or result in death. Those are some requirements for children to qualify to receive these benefits as well. Other requirements that we found that the Social Security Administration has shared are for getting Social Security income are, again, income, the money. Income also includes such things as food and shelter, resources, things includes real estate, bank accounts. They take everything into consideration in order to approve the benefit. The person who is trying to obtain these benefits must live in the United States and must be a U.S. citizen or a qualified non-citizen, which are different rules for this requirement. Okay, so now we ask ourselves, when should I apply for disability benefits? Well, you can apply whether you are doing it yourself or someone is doing it for you. You can apply as soon as you become disabled. Processing an application for disability benefits can take 3 to 5 months. And Social Security Office will be able to process the application faster if you help them to obtain information, all the information that they need. Okay, here is, you can see the Social Security Administration online website, right? You can go, you can see this arrow over here, you can click benefits, and then you will see the different type of benefits that you can apply for. In the case of someone with a disability, whether, again, the person has a disability or you're applying for someone with a disability, here's the type of benefit that you will see on the screen: survivor, supplemental security income, retirement, disability. And then once you click that link, it will take you to the next page, and it will show you the steps, step by step, on how to apply for the benefit. It's important to have, the contact information of the Social Security Office. Here's a telephone number that they have shared. They take the calls from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Or you can contact your local Social Security Office, and you can complete the online disability report that they request over there. You can write down, I'm going to leave this slide for a moment, that way you can take down this phone number. Sometimes it's very difficult to go online and see all the information that is shared by the different government offices. So it's really nice to have this important information, like telephone numbers or the specific website where you can go and start your application. Here you go. So now the application process, again, it's very important to complete the benefits application. Again, that should be in the website. It's very important to complete the disability report. And what is that going to include? It's important for us as caregivers, parents, or if we have the guardianship of someone with a disability, to have all the medical records, all the medical reports, any document that proves the disability of a person. It's really important because this will be required in order to obtain the benefit. So I know that we have spoken before about how important it is to keep, an education folder, a medical folder, or, like you have your own organization at home, but it's really important to keep all the medical records in one place, because this will always be requested and will be the only proof of a disability, one of the main proofs of disability of a person. And then you sign the consent for release of information. It's important to know that when benefits are approved, they can be retroactive. That basically means that Social Security may pay for months of benefits from the approval date, depending on, whether or not the person was eligible. So let's say we submit the application today and it takes 6 months for it to be approved. Then we receive our letter confirming that the application was approved. Then we're going to start receiving payments from the moment that the application was submitted, because that starts counting from that. So what happens next? Once we submit the application will be reviewed to make sure you meet all the basic requirements for disability benefit. They're going to be checking whether you worked enough years to qualify, and they evaluate any current work activities. If you meet those requirements, they are going to forward your case to the Disability Determination Services Office in your state. Here's also the contact information of the Disability Determination Services. Just again, it's really nice to have these phone numbers just so you can call or check the status of your application. Here, the Social Security Administration's office will let you know about the decision that they make. When the state agency makes a determination on the case, they're going to be sending you a letter. If approved, the letter will show the amount of the benefit, when the payments begin, and the reporting of responsibilities that they might be requesting. If the application is not approved, the letter will explain the reasons why, and you also have the option to appeal that decision if you do not agree with it. Okay, let's say you don't agree with that decision, right? There have been a lot of cases that these applications have been denied, and I receive a lot of calls from people not knowing what to do. But it's really nice knowing that you can appeal that decision. If you recently applied for benefits and you receive a denial letter, then you have a right to appeal. But it's important to know that this is within 60 days of the date on your decision notice. There are different levels in the appeals process: reconsideration, request for a hearing, appeals counsel, district court. These are different, levels that people at least have the option of, obviously, if your petition is denied, then you get to request reconsideration of that decision, and then you wait. If it's denied again, then you go up and up and up until you are satisfied with the decision that the Social Security Administration will make. Now, first we talk about children and the benefits that they get. Now, when we are speaking about spouses' benefits, the spouse, living benefits when the spouse is still alive, and we also have the difference when we have a survivor spouse. And their benefits after death. So when there's a spouse and their, living benefits, any age if caring of a child under 16 years old or disabled adult child, this applies for that. They can start from age 62 to full retirement age. 50% or less if you start prior. These are, again, very specific. Social Security is very specific with the rules and the ages and the amounts. Now we have the survivor. This will apply to any age if caring of a child under 16 years old, can start from age 60 to full retirement age. And then we have a percentage here of 71.5 at age 60, and increase each month if you wait. This is when it refers to spouses' benefits. Now, same here, we have another information that they have provided, the benefits for divorced spouses. Lots of information here on this slide. You may receive benefits on your former spouse's record, even if he or she has remarried. If the marriage lasted at least 10 years, if you are unmarried, if you are age 62 or older, if your ex-spouse is at least 62 and eligible for Social Security retirement, and if it will benefit you, and you will receive, this will be received based on your own work. If this is less than the benefit you will receive based on ex-spouse's work. Again, very specific and very important, to follow all these requirements in order to receive benefits. Okay, here we are, some additional benefits for children in order for them to receive also the Social Security benefits. The child must have a parent who's disabled or retired and entitled to Social Security benefits. This will pass to the child. A parent who died after having worked long enough in a job where they pay Social Security taxes. It's important for the child to be have this also requirements of being unmarried, younger than age 18 to 19 years old, or 18 or older and disabled from a disability that started before age 22. So as you can see, SSDI and SSI, those can be two separate benefits, but also if the person, has completes all these requirements and qualifies for the benefits, they also can be combined. As you can see, like if let's say the person is 18 years old and has a disability, or let's say the person had a very low income, then both of them can coexist and they can be combined. If the person has all of these requirements and they complete all this, conditions that are being asked by Social Security office. Now, just to mention a little bit about Medicare and Medicaid, it's important to know that as well, because somehow as SSDI and SSI, sometimes when one is approved, this other benefit of Medicare or Medicaid is approved as well. Sometimes they go together, sometimes they can be separate, but it's just important to have this information, especially since the Social Security Administration has included it in this presentation. So Medicare, as you guys know, or if you haven't heard of it, it's a federal health insurance program for people who are 65 years or older, and people who have been getting disability benefits for 24 consecutive months. Now, Medicaid, it's a state health program for people with low incomes and limited resources. In most cases, children who get SSI qualify for Medicaid, again, because of the income, because of the low income. In many states, Medicaid comes automatically with SSI eligibility. Now, another term that you might be hearing when you start an application with the Social Security office to receive these benefits is this name, representative payee. And this is because this is a program. So this is a program that appoints a relative, a friend, or another interested party to serve as the representative payee who receives and manages the Social Security or SSI benefit for someone who cannot manage or direct the management of his or her benefits themselves. This can be a parent, this can be a caregiver, someone appointed by the court, a legal guardian. That person will become their representative payee. The Social Security office investigate those who apply to be representatives to protect the interests of the Social Security beneficiaries, because a representative receives the beneficiary's payment and is given the authority to use them on the beneficiary's behalf. So the representative payee portal, you can see over here, an account is created, and this lets an individual representative conduct their own business or manage the direct deposit, and annual reporting is requested, and this representative will be in charge of this benefit, to manage it, as we can see here. Now, there's other information that was shared here that is called advanced designation of representative payees. And what is this? This was effective since March 2020. And this allows you to designate in advance up to 3 individuals who could serve as representatives for you should the need arise. And who is this for? This will be for adults and minor applicants or beneficiaries of Social Security or supplemental security income who do not have a representative assigned yet. So this is the information that I have. Again, this was shared by the Social Security Administration, and it's some information that is really important for us to try to understand, to know, so we can take advantage in a way of the benefits that are available for someone with a disability. It's important for a person with a disability to feel empowered. And we talk about in our office about transition for independence, and how important it is to give a person with a disability the freedom, if the person is capable, to make their own decisions. So this is really, really nice knowing that benefits exist, and if they can receive these benefits directly, good. If they are able to manage them, that's amazing. But if not, knowing that someone can take care of these benefits is also very comforting and empowers families, empowers the person with a disability to know that they are not alone, to know that they can have an income and they can live with it if they are unable to work. So this is what I have for you guys today. I'm sure that there will be questions. I'm going to try to answer them to the best of my abilities, again, because this topic is very specific to the Social Security office. But I also have some clients that have come to me and shared their stories about how they apply to obtain this benefit.
Do we have some questions here? Okay, Carla says, what is the full retirement age in Virginia?
Okay, so that's also very specific, but I can check here on the page that the full retirement age for Social Security Administration benefits, again, depends on the year of birth. For example, if you were born between 1943 and 1954, the full retirement will be 66. But if you were born in 1955, it will be 66 years and 2 months. So it can be very specific according to the year of birth. Now, if you were born, for example, in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. So it's based on the year of birth, according to the Social Security Administration.
That means that, to clarify, that the retirement age is not related with Virginia. It's related with the federal standards, the federal guidelines of the Social Security.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, Rosalia. The full retirement age for Social Security is set by federal law, and it's the same in every state. That's at least my understanding, including Virginia. It doesn't change where you live, so it's determined by your year of birth, and it's not by the state again, or not by any local programs. It's dependent on the age, the year of your birth. So yeah, that's my understanding. That's what I have here, and I'm also double checking just so I can tell you guys the whatever I find online, just to make sure that I am saying what Social Security and their website and their page is also stating.
We are reaching quarter to two. I just want to remind the participants before leaving, if someone is leaving, to do the survey, because that's part of this project, and we don't want to miss anyone doing that. Thank you.
And I see some people here who speak Spanish. We're also going to be sharing this same presentation tonight that will be in Spanish, in case you want to join, or if you want to tell others to join, if people have questions about this. Again, it can be very, a little bit confusing, but, it's just really nice for everyone to be here, just because if you have information, you have power. And whether we understand every single detail or not, at least we know that benefits exist, benefits are out there, and that we can apply, and we just wait and see if we qualify for them. So that's I'm just glad that you guys are all here. Again, this seminar will be shared in Spanish tonight, and if you want to join again, if you speak Spanish, or if you have someone who does and wants to learn about this, then that'd be great to have you guys tonight.
We also have another quick question. I have a quick question. I received money from SSI, and I have never worked. So, if I start to work, what is the limit amount of hours that I can make if I can start working without losing my benefits?
So, for example, if you receive SSI, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and have never worked, yeah, you can definitely start working, but it's really nice that you already know that there is a limit about hours, or about the amount of money that you will be receiving. The kind of like the general rule that the Social Security office has is that the Social Security income is needs-based program, right? So your monthly payment is reduced based on how much money you earn, if that makes sense. So the Social Security office kind of uses something called earned income exclusion. I believe that's, to calculate this. So for example, in 2025, this is an example of the limits. And there is a chart here that I'm looking on their page. So in 2025, the first $65 of your earned income per month is excluded. And then there's like a rule that says that half of the remaining income is subtracted from your Social Security benefit. To make it easier, let me see. is if you earn $200 a month, $65 are excluded. So then the amount will be $135. Half of that will be subtracted from your Social Security income, and the check will be reduced. So I'm trying to make it a little bit clear because I know that I'm using a lot of amounts, but I want to tell you specifically the amount. I don't know if this question refers more as of when the person receives like the monthly income, if you're gonna be losing your Social Security benefits. I think maybe that's what the person
Now,
is
it can
asking,
be,
right?
it can be,
Yeah.
and that's the mainly concern that our community of people with disabilities who are receiving SSI, but also want to work, and we are the major, I will say all the independent centers, that's our target. That's our mission to help people with disabilities and also ARC prepare them to work and to be able to live independently. And that's is always the issue amount of people with disabilities. If I'm going to lose my benefit, but I will say that they can consult directly to you, to ARC, or to the Social Security Office. That will be based on individual cases, or is a general rule.
Yeah, I know that it's a general rule because this comes a lot when we share information about trusts and how important it is for
Uh-huh.
a person to
Uh,
have
exactly.
their money in a trust account. I know that there is an exact amount, and I believe it's like no more than, let's see, it's like around $2,000 a month. And if they, let's say they have 2000 in 1 cent, then they lose their Social Security benefits, they lose their Medicaid. So we do have one of our clients, right, or one of person came to our office the other day. He was working at Target, and the job coach was trying to talk to the HR individual at Target. And then they were asking for the person not to have more than 25 hours because
Exactly.
he was receiving $17 an hour. Because if the person works more than the 25 hours, then Social
We'll
Security
lose.
benefits will be
Yeah.
lost. Yeah. So I remember when we were sharing information about the trust that it was about $2,000 monthly, like that you cannot have more than that. But I can, again, you can call the office, you can call the ARC just to give you the right amount, because I don't want to, say something wrong and then you start working and then you're like, oh, I'm losing the benefits. So you can definitely contact us and we can go through, the current chart or the current amounts that
And I'm going to type the website
yeah, that'll be really great.
because we are. In meantime, we have another question.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't appeal within 60 days but want to appeal? Do you resubmit a new application?
Yeah, I kind of
Okay.
understand, like if you miss the 60-day from the
Deadline.
day that you received it, yeah, the denial notice. Well, if you don't appear, it kind of like you lose the right to appeal that denial. I know that there is like a little bit of information on their website, Social Security, that there is an option for late appeal or file a new application, but that definitely is not guaranteed. So that can be, yeah, that will make you go back from the beginning, and then you will have to probably start a new application from zero again, to try to see if you can obtain benefits. But it's really important to make sure to to have the letters, to have the dates, because if you don't respect, or I know life happens, things can happen, and I couldn't appeal during the 60 days, but then that wouldn't be good for your application. You have to start the application from zero again, and then you will get another denial, and then the process will take very, very long.
We do not have any more questions. I think we are getting to the end, Majo. Yeah. No more questions in the chat. I just want to thank you. Please, we are going to stay live for more minutes, couple more minutes, for allow participants to do the survey. It's very important for us to have that for our final reports and see if we can in the future, we obtain again funding to do the second phase of this project. But we need to demonstrate that our communities are eager to know more and they are receiving quality of information through our webinars. I would thank you, Majo, and I will see you tonight in Español.
Muchas gracias. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And if you have questions, you can contact our office. And yeah, we're here to help you.
Thank you, everyone.